Night. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Big waves out there. It's crazy how this right here, how much you can miss just this little movement. So great to wave at all of you, to see all of you, and to be able to spend a little bit of time with you this evening. And so first of all, I wanted to just touch base with everybody. What are you saying, Coach? Are you still waving over here? Down? What? Oh, he wants me to, okay. So sometimes, guys, I get on a little bit of a power trip and I don't let Coach unmute himself, but that was an accident.
If you
Are you
want to
there?
know, if you want to know if you're silenced, just look and see if you're not the co-host. So, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Guys, we love you. We have missed seeing your beautiful faces across Partner Co Nation and so many new faces. I think I said it a minute ago, Tiger, Stephanie, great to meet you guys the other night. Mike Kramer and Lisa and his beautiful families on tonight. They're brand new out of Houston. And so we're so excited to partner with them. So many of you that are joining us for the first time. Thank you. Thank you. So Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Well, thank you so much for that, Coach. And before we got too deep in this, I wanted to find out who we're going to see in like 2 days. So if you are joining us in Memphis, if you're planning on attending our Memphis event, I was hoping you could just put a little me in the chat, maybe a 1, whatever you want, but just go ahead and let us know in the chat if we are going to see you this coming weekend in Memphis, Tennessee. Going to be a phenomenal event. And it's so much fun to get together, to go to these different events. Now, know that this is a Connect event. And the fun thing about Connect events, besides the fact that they're connecting, is that they're going to be around the the nation, right? So maybe you're sitting there going, man, I live all the way in British Columbia, or I'm in Colorado, or I'm in wherever, right? Well, guess what? There's going to be a Connect coming your way, or maybe you just had an event in your hometown just a couple weeks ago, and you might be saying, well, I'm not going to make it to this one, but be watching the calendar because I know that they're going to be announcing more that are coming up around the nation, North America and beyond. So we can't wait to come to your neck of the woods as well. So don't feel too bad, but we do want to see everybody here that we can. And there's so much power in coming to these events and bringing a guest, right? Of bringing somebody there. And with that, that kind of was making me think a little bit about this past week. So speaking of events, Coach, we obviously just got back from Japan, which was amazing and incredible and a really long flight. So if I look a little haggard, it's because I am. Really amazing. But one of the things that made it so incredible was the number of prospects that we had the ability to speak with while we were there. And a lot of that came from being partnered with Coach Palmer. So Brent, if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit tonight, giving us a little bit of a teaching moment around events of what's your philosophy? Like, how do you treat events? What do you do there? That kind of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things I'll say, because we've got amazing guests joining us tonight, I can't wait for you to hear from these two amazing people. But I do want to say this about events, and I thank the good Lord every day for a great mentor that really taught me the industry in some hard coaching moments. And I'll be honest, I used to show up to events just by myself. And I would think, I work to get my team there. I work to get me there. And my mentor would look at me and he would say, "Hey, congrats for getting your team here, but how many guests do you got in the room?" And at first it would be like, "Well, I don't have anybody." And he'd say, "Shame on you. You need to learn how to build for events. And events are made for guests too." And through his hard coaching moments, and sometimes I didn't like the coaching moments. We don't always like being told what we need to do, right? But what it did teach me how to do was build for events with guests. And so today, like as I went to Orlando, Florida, I, you know, if you were my guest in Orlando, Florida, maybe you can put a 1 in the comments at our PXP event. I don't know if any of them's on here. I think, well, Mildred, yeah, Mildred is. So I see Mildred on. Here's the thing. It's when a guest gets to an event, look at the ones. Yeah, Jimmy, I see them. I see them. When you get guests there, they join you. They join you because they see a bigger picture. They see the community. They see the company. And so as we went from Orlando to Milan, Italy, we ended up working it and to get guests there in Milan and from the team playing Who Do You Know? And what was interesting in Milan was, we dug down into the group to get guests there. And then a couple of weeks later, we show up just last week in Tokyo, Japan, and probably through the entire event, Andrea, we probably was able to get about 30 to 40 guests to see Partner Co. For the first time. And so I've got to first give honor and thanks to my mentor because I learned that lesson from him. But also, I got to give thanks to our company because our company spending the money to put on these Partner Co experience events around the world. It started in Macau, China, a couple of weeks later, Orlando, Florida, a couple of weeks later, Milan, Italy, a couple of weeks later, Tokyo, Japan. So I want to share with you the cadence that we're doing as a company, okay? So you can prepare for this. And the cadence is in all of our markets around the world, whether it's Europe or whether it's Mexico or whether it's Japan or the United States, we're going to start having connect events. Europe has their own connect events. And we're going to have 3 to 4 a year in the hot market locations like the US. So at this connect event in Memphis, Tennessee, coming up this weekend, we will announce the next connect event at that event. And it'll be stationed about, a couple of months down the road to give us time to build for it, but it will be in a market that is growing, that is thriving in the US. So if you can imagine a cadence of us building from event, a couple of months later, another event, a couple of months later, another event, leading up to PXP 2025 in Texas. And that's just for the US. China has the same cadence. Japan has the same cadence. Europe has the same cadence. So I share that with you because, Andrea, as you start to build, and you will, a global business here, playing Who Do You Know? Opening your eyes and in your mind of the possibilities, you too can know that these markets have a rhythm and a cadence that we're all on the same page with. And so we're just getting started. I want you all to know that we are a company headed to $1 billion, and we all sit at the table watching this company explode. It's not like anyone has missed this show, anyone has missed this dance. We're at the beginning of the dance. Like, it's still in the awkward stage of the dance where we still have people that don't want to dance with us. But guess what happens? Just like a dance, the more people that start to dance in the middle, guess what happens? We start bringing everybody on board, everybody on board. And so that is where we're headed. And it's an exciting time to be a part of Partner Co.
Well, Coach, that was powerful. And that led me to my next question, which I think is actually going to help lead you into our guests. But talk to us a little bit about what you do to build in these other markets. Like, how do you recruit, in Europe or in South America or wherever that may be?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, it's a great question because everybody thinks the other market is the explosion, right? I remember being new to the industry and being like, man, if I could just get someone in Mexico to do this. Well, guess what? The same people in Mexico or the same people in the United States or the same people in your backyard. Okay. So, you know, it doesn't matter where we build around the world. There's good builders. There's people that want to get after it and they want to build and they want to listen and they want to learn. And there's also the opposite of that. The person that that is not very coachable, and every market has that. Okay. So just because it's a foreign market doesn't mean that everybody's going to go build this. I share that with you because not to be negative, but it's to say the best place to build is your own backyard. Okay. The best place to build is in your warm market. I share this all the time because the people you know, the people that trust you, that's going to be the best place to build. And then as the fire gets started, don't leave the fire. Don't leave the fire. Because if you leave the fire of your team, the fire will slow down. Okay. And Tiger and Stephanie, we were just having this conversation yesterday, and I enjoyed the conversation we got to have with Miss Tammy Mockby, Melchizedek, and we were talking about what happens when you leave your fire, you leave the energy source. The team kind of experiences it. So the first thing I would tell you is, as you're building in your own homeland or in your own backyard, don't leave it. Okay, keep burning it. And then as the team starts to grow, play who do you know when the company is in different markets. So right now in December, there's a road show going on in Canada. I'm going to give this example. So what I would do is I would connect, if I wanted to build in Canada and I knew people in Canada, I would connect to the company executives. I'd reach out to my upline, whoever somebody highly ranked in my upline, and say, hey, I've got some people in Canada and I want to connect them. And then you get on with Lucy West, which is over the Canada market, and you start to connect and go, okay, now who else is in Canada? Well, there's Marlene, and Marlene can help. And you start to build about 10% of your energy during the week is put towards building those, I call them foreign markets, right? It's kind of like if I'm in the state of Alabama, a foreign market to me might be Texas. Spend most of my time building in my own backyard. And then I might spend a 10% of my time actually looking out, playing who do I know in these other foreign markets around the US, around the world. And the biggest thing is our executives can help you grow. So if you've got some people, reach out to your upline and go, hey, I got some connections I'd like to make. And let the upline, let the leaders help you connect those with the executives so that you don't spend all your bandwidth chasing objects that might happen and it might not. So that would be my advice. What I love is we're in over 52 countries. And guys, no one knows our name. Partner Co has been established for a very short period of time. And the bandwidth we've got to run on is incredible. So here's what I would recommend for all of us. Stay the course. Stick and stay and run the play. I was telling Mary Catherine Ewing, which is on here, I was telling her this tonight. Most people in our industry give up before the explosion happens. They get frustrated because it's not happening quick enough for them. Here's what I would challenge you to do. You know our products are going to help you, and you're going to live a healthier, longer, more fulfilling life. Enjoy the ride. But I'll tell you something else. Our community will make us all be a better human through this life we live. Enjoy the ride there. But third, we're going to create income here. And as long as we continue down that road and just keep doing the things and not compare and keep running our own race, we will get our piece of the pie here. And you never know. And I was telling Mary Catherine, she had an amazing day today of coaching people and onboarding people and starting groups. And I said, you never know when the explosion is going to happen. But for a lot of people, it's 3 feet from gold is when they give up. And not that she was thinking about giving up, but it's a lesson for all of us because we all have opportunities to get discouraged in this industry. And that's right before. It's almost like God's testing us. Will we stay the course to see the explosion that's right beneath our eyes? 3 feet from goal. So, Andrea, I'll turn to you.
Well, I love that, and I'm gonna actually highlight our guests, and I was hoping that you might be willing to kind of
Gosh.
do a little intro and talk about some phenomenal leaders that are opening up some new markets and what's going on with their businesses tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to introduce you guys to Mildred Muniz and Edgar um, Morales. I just want to tell you about, first of all, the heart of gold. Like both of these people will help anybody. They support that watching them grow, but they're brand new to the company. They're brand new to the company. They actually just came on board when we had our PXP event in Orlando, Florida. I mean, right around that time is when they came on board. Both of them have ranked up to vice president in the company. So congratulations, Edgar. Congratulations, Mildred. But what I see them doing is they have embraced, Andrea, the entire. I got this from, is Brenda on? I hope Brenda's on. Brenda Carlton. So I was in Colorado Springs, and this is how I'm going to introduce them. I just thought about this, but Brenda Carlton, an amazing, amazing leader in this company out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, her and her amazing husband, Larry. I first met them in Colorado Springs, and she had this binder with her. Like it was a binder, and it had all of the stuff. It was kind of like the Partner Co. I hope this doesn't sound bad, but the Partner Co. Bible, if you will. It was like the blueprint, right? That she had created this binder of all the goodies to how to build a business in Partner Co. The product she's gatewaying, the things that she needed was all in this blueprint binder, and she was giving that to her team as they enrolled. So she had it. And not only did she do it, she was indoctrinated in running our system of growth and getting new people onboarded and following the leader of Julie Park and Tammy Motley Melchizedek. And she just did what they coached her to do. And Brenda's had a lot of success in the industry. But she kind of kicked all the trophies under the table of her previous success. And she was willing to be a student all over again. And what I saw was like, man, if you're humble to do that, amazing things happen. But so many times in our industry, we bring the trophies from an existing company over and we want to have those accolades day one. I was important in my other company. Why am I not important here? And they never can get off the ground because of their own ego.
Yep.
I'm just being honest. I'm just having a coaching moment. Brenda Carlton never did that. Oh my goodness. And she's built an amazing team. And then in Orlando, Florida, comes Miss Mildred and Mr. Edgar, and they enroll in the company. And today they're vice presidents. But I want to tell you, both of them come from our industry. Both of them have done network marketing. Both of them, their companies kind of left them. They're loyal people. How many of you put a one in the comment if you're a part of a company that left you, you didn't leave the company? A company made a change. Maybe it wasn't for the right, maybe it doesn't have to be a bad, but it caused a negative trajectory, a movement. Look at all the ones, like we have them all across Partner Co Nation. Okay. I too was loyal with a company that had to make a change. So I know how it feels. But when Mildred and Edgar came to Partner Co., they came humble. They came with moving their trophies and kicking them under the table and going, I'm here to learn. And they joined Freddie Malero out of Miami, Florida. And they joined around a premise and an idea of a movement. We want to create a movement. We want to sit at the table and be a part of the movement. We want to be the front of the movement. And they started too getting their binder together of what they needed to build this company. I've watched them move boards into Spanish. I've watched them create it. I've watched them now move it into Mexico into boards. I've watched them game plan together. Edgar and Mildred are cross-lined to each other, but they support each other. They just did their first event in Puerto Rico last week or week before last, and they have another one coming up November the 13th. I'm watching this all unfold. And I always say that when you add value to the world, it pays you back in spades. And Mildred and Edgar, thank you for first jumping on board and being a part of Partner Co, being a part of the movement that you guys are creating. But more so than anything, being that person that leads by example of saying, hey, we want to add value to the company. We want to help people grow. And it just shows every day that I work with you. So, Andrea, that would be, that's the best, for me. I look at introductions and I go, what would somebody say about you when you're not in the room? That's what I would say about these two when they're not in the room. There's no doubt in my mind that vice president for them is just a stepping stone to many, many more ranks inside of this company.
Well, they are both rock stars, and I've had the privilege of spending a little bit of time with them. I can't wait to spend a little bit more, a heck of a lot more. Hopefully get to see you guys in Puerto Rico and all around the world. We're going to have a ton of fun together. And so I'm going to start with the ladies. So ladies first, Mildred. So Edgar, you're up next. Don't worry. But I was hoping, Mildred, you could kick us off tonight with your story and kind of how you found this industry and what it's done for you.
Thank you, Andrea, and thank you, Coach. It was an amazing introduction, and I appreciate, and thank you for having us here. But I'm going to talk a little bit before speed up because the story can be very long, and I just don't want to take too much time. But before PartnerCo, I had the privilege to build organizations. I started when I graduated from school. I'm original from San Juan, Puerto Rico. So I graduated and I was working in retail. I was brand manager for Dior, Christian Dior. And then one day I loved skincare. And then I met this lady that it was offering me to jump in network marketing. By then, my mentality was, I love the products. I have passion about them, but I really don't know if I can do this. So I was there once that I have no clue what to do. I took a catalog by then and start selling products just to have fun. I started as a hobby instead of a business. And I immediately start having success. People were asking, oh, I just want to join the company. And I get upset. I said, why everybody wants to join the company when I wanted to sell them? And I start figuring out this company, the behaviors and everything by then by myself. To make the long story short, I had a lot of success because it was a great company. Everything worked fine for me to the point that the hobby became my full time. And I started learning about the industry, having step back, making a lot of mistakes. But the good thing is that you learn. To Brent's point, you have to be a student. So when I started, I said, okay, I'm going to start fresh and I'm going to learn from other people. So I started looking for mentors and people to learn about the company and about the system. But then I discovered that I also have a passion for helping others. So I actually focus on helping others. And I was not concentrated in my success or where I want to reach the last rank of the company or how much money I wanted to make. I really, my whole mindset was, I want to help others to succeed. And by them doing so, I will have success. So that's what I was doing, coaching, helping others. And I have a lot of success and I become the top income earner for that company. And I decided to move, quit my job and be there for 11 or more than 11 years until that company, it was a European company, they decided to shut down. And at that point, or having everything, I said, okay, I made a mistake and I cannot regret it because I said, instead of going to another company with my team, which was huge, I decided to meet everyone and move to the corporate side because I was the mindset of, I need to have a stability. I don't want to have this again. So I went back to corporate, but I don't want to go to corporate in retail again. So I decided to continue my passion of helping others, but in the other side of the equation, which was a top, for example, I work for a Tupperware company and other companies through the corporate side. And I was helping everyone building, and I learned the strategy part, but I was very happy about it. But I always had this thing in my heart that I had to come back to the field where, because it's not the same, and I have a lot of passion to help people. So I decided one day I will be back, but it has to be the right company, the right team, the right products, and the right compensation plan. And I have to say that I've been praying and praying for years for this opportunity and to be here. And the way it happens, it was from God, because and with all respect to everyone's beliefs, because to be honest, I was praying and then I said, I'm tired of this job. I can't stand it anymore. It was very stressful. And I was praying, God, I need a company. I know all these companies, but none of them make the click or has the right tools and everything aligned the way PartnerCo has it. So in that journey, I met Freddie Melero when I was corporate, and I know all the talent that he has, and we stayed connected. And one day, after praying for a few days, I was in the sofa and I was watching, I was bored. So I was started looking at the Facebook. And then I saw Freddie posting a few days this product. And I was, what is he doing? This is weird. I have never seen Freddie doing this. So I sent a text to him and I said, hey, how are you? What are you doing? What are you up to? And then he responded. And that is when everything started. And because the way it happens, he didn't call me, he didn't approach me. We live like 30 minutes apart. And then I said, okay, I'm going to try the products. I lose already, so you guys know, 21 pounds.
Wow.
And it also helped me with my hormones. We are in this stage. So I said, let me try the products. And that's when I went to PXP. And I was amazed about how this company, with my experience, I never get impressed in a convention because I have been in so many and part of it. So, but when I got there, I said, like, Jesus, what is this? This is like a movement, a community. That we have diversity. I felt welcome. Everybody was so nice. I love the whole marketing things, everything that the company launched, the products. I started using them. I was having results. So I have a wow factor in my hand. And the piece that I was missing is meeting the owners to see their story and where the company's heading. And when I met them, I was amazed about their stories, their commitments, their engagement with the company. And I said, and even my husband went with me, and we were very, very happy that we took the decision to go. And since then, we have been very passionate, committed to this company because we have seen results. We are seeing people having results. I lose pounds. And also, I think that one of the keys that I really love about the company is that they have the products, best products, strong culture, and also they are aligned with the amazing system. So to Brent's point, I think that I took my head of corporate and a leader head out, and I decided to, as Freddie told me, and I think things are duplicated. The way you sponsor somebody is the same way they're going to speak with others. So Brent told Freddie to be a student and forget about everything he knew and start following the system. He did it. And because of that, I'm here. So I exactly duplicate that. And I am doing that with my team. And the results we're having in this short 2 months is because I take away everything that I know. I'm not applying anything. And I'm just following the system that it's already proven, but in Spanish. And we're having a lot of success. So
Mildred,
yeah.
I love that. I got to say this to everybody. There's so many nuggets on here for us to take away from what Mildred, so many golden nuggets. One is Mildred saw Freddie Malero's post on Facebook, posting twice a day. I want to share this with everybody. When Freddie joined me, my post of twice a day had kind of slowed down. I had sold not as many boxes as I was selling a year ago. But Freddie joined me and an explosion happened through his post, right? So my challenge to everybody on here tonight is you got to think beyond yourself. Sometimes your explosion is not going to happen with your post. It's going to happen with your new brand partner's post. Okay. And you go, oh man, my sales are not Guess what that tells you? That tells you to start a new brand partner and get that new brand partner posting and watch what happens to their sales, which directly impacts your business. Okay. Because volume is volume is volume in this company. And so that is the first lesson, Mildred, that you taught us tonight. If we were really paying attention, is Freddie, even with Freddie's success in the industry, Freddie was willing to post twice a day. He kicked his trophies under the table and said, you know what? I'm just going to do just like everybody else. And you saw his post. Now, I want everybody to listen. Mildred has worked for a $1 billion company, by the way, in this industry on the corporate side. So just so you know if there's a lady on here that knows what we have our hands on with Partner Co., our products, our system, our compensation plan, it's Mildred. And you're listening to somebody that's worked on the inside of corporate for $1 billion company that's came back to the field inside of Partner Co. and says, we have everything we need here in spades to go grow a business. Guys, that's powerful. It's powerful to get people that understand it from that side of the spectrum. And then for her to say, guess what she's doing? Posting twice a day. Everybody that enrolls in her business or her team's business, they onboard them and get them moving and posting twice a day. Everybody that's coachable. Okay. You will attract some people here that are just bonuses, right? I say I always love my bonuses. Sometimes they're not the most coachable and they buck posting twice a day, and it's okay. Love on them, encourage them. Don't run them away because they won't post twice a day. But the ones that will, run with those people. Not only that, Mildred is already doing her own presentations. She's also hosting drop talks. And so all of that is contributing to the success she's having. Mildred, absolutely amazing. You basically answered every question I had as far as what you're excited about with Partner Co. And thank you for your partnership. I see you blurring the lines of sponsorship, you and Edgar, which just makes me so happy because that's the culture I want to establish in this company. And you're a great example of that, as well as so many on this call. So thank you for all that you're about, and thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you guys for having me here. And I just want to add something that you said, Brent, and it's really important. I always teach my people to take their business seriously. I mean, enrollment is part of the growth. If you don't enroll, you're going to stay stagnant at a certain point. So I always said, if you take this business seriously, don't take it as a hobby, take it as a business. If you want to earn money as a hobby, you will work as a hobby. If you want to earn money as a business, then you have time to make it. And we're all busy, but we can find time to make it happen and enroll people. I sold, like, in my first 30 days, I followed the system. I sold 30 packs. And from those 30 packs, as you teach us, the next month, I invited them to the company. And from those, I enrolled 17. And now these people are bringing and duplicating that. And that's why we actually, in less than 2 months, become vice president or whatever. I'm not thinking about that because, as I said, my My concentration is help my team to growth, and if you help others, you will also grow as well. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mildred. Thanks for your partnership. That was amazing tonight. And Andrea, I know we're going to turn it to Mr. Edgar.
Oh, yes, I thought, okay, yes. So thank you so much, Mildred. Greatly appreciate you. And Edgar, yes, we are so excited to hear from you. And I gotta say, I love the shirt. Hello, partner. And there's nothing better, I'll tell you, than when you see somebody that has just gotten started, but they're out in the hat too, and they're already embracing us, right? Like there's power in wearing, I have a partner co-shirt on, but I was cold, so I put a sweatshirt on over it, but there's power in that. So I love seeing that, and congratulations, welcome aboard. And we were hoping that you could share your story with us as well.
Thank you, Andrea, and thank you, Coach. And I don't know if I could top that amazing talk that Mildred just did, but it's amazing. I mean, coming back to after 5 years of not really building anything at all, putting everything to the side and doing some traditional business, and finding something that I wasn't looking for in Partner Co. It's been game changer for me. And I'm sorry for my voice, but I've been talking so much that I can my voice doesn't come out as well. But anyways, um, uh, I guess I as well. I currently live in Orlando, but I'm here in Puerto Rico working since the event we did 2 weeks ago, and I'm staying here for the next event. And I'm the way I learned about this industry almost 30 years ago. I was a waiter and bartender at a hotel, and was recently married. My wife was pregnant with our first child, and all of a sudden, I in the restaurant with a cassette tape. I don't know if you that will date some me and some people probably, but back then there was cassette tapes that you hand out to people and people listen to opportunities, right? So that person hand me a cassette tape, and I listened to it, and it got my attention. And but you know that there's people called the dream stealers. Somebody told me, "Oh, that's Amway." Forget forget about it. Kept doing what I was doing back then. But all of a sudden, I think everything happens for a reason, and everything that happens to make us better, right? So, and it turns everything for our good. God, that's how God works, right? So the thing is that I had an accident on my job, and out of that accident, I learned that I have become ill on my lungs because back then people can smoke on closed places. So I had been second smoker. I don't know how that's the right word to say, but I was
Secondhand smoke. Yes, yes, yes.
that's right. So and I ended up in the hospital almost with a pulmonary paralyzed. I don't know how to say it in English, but you get my point. So, uh, so when I went to the doctor, started doing tests on me, and he asked me, "Do you smoke?" I said, "No, I've never smoked." I said, "Well, do you work in a place that people smoke?" I said, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do." And they said, "Well, I suggest you start looking for a new job because it's gonna kill you." And I said, "Oh, I have a situation, recently married, pregnant wife, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything else to do, and I haven't even finished college at all." And I was so scared back at that moment because as a waiter, I was doing very well. I was making a lot of money with the tips and all that stuff, but I couldn't find another job that could pay me that amount of money. So I remembered the cassette tape and started searching for something like that, and that's how I became involved in the industry. And I started by accident. Let's put it that way. but it just turned my life around. My wife and I, we raised 5 kids, beautiful kids. They're all grown up, and we already have our first grandkid just recently 4 months ago, and we're just so happy about that. And but um, but then moving fast forward, I've been in the industry, like I said, for a long time already, and I've seen everything. I've seen everything out there. That's why I decided to like step away from the industry for a little bit, but always with the mind that I was looking for something that can be different, that I can not only make money but help a lot of people make money. Like Mildred, we're very similar. We love helping people. We like seeing people thrive and become successful. But I wasn't happy with whatever it was out there. Then all of a sudden, again, as Mildred, it happened to Mildred, it happened to me. I started seeing some posts, and actually, I see 3 people posting different, similar posts, but different people from different areas. And fortunately enough, Freddie, which I know for over 10 years, um, I saw his post. I reached out to him, and he told me what was going on. And I said, that sounds interesting. I started digging a little bit. I said, I think I want to be part of this. Now, I'll be very honest with you. I thought I already knew all I can knew about this industry. And obviously, I came here with the mindset that I was gonna do the famous 100 name list and all that stuff like we always do, right? But after I signed up about a week ago, a week passed, and I hadn't done a post, even though that's what got my attention. And I remember Coach Brent calling me on a Thursday. I said, "Hey, brother, what are you doing?" and I thank God for Coach Brent, because I mean he's amazing. His amazing leadership, it just baffles me. But anyways, the thing is that he said, "You're stepping, you're shooting yourself on the foot because you're not following the system." And actually, it hurt a little bit. But to be honest with you, I needed that. I needed that.
Hey, I got to jump in here. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Major coaching moment right here for all of us. Edgar is doing very well here in the business and in a few short months, but he just was humble enough to say and admit what he had done coming in. Edgar, he didn't want to, he wanted to be the expert, like meaning he knew what he knew about the industry. How many of you know people, or maybe you have done the industry before and you're trying to do it your own way? You're trying to reinvent the wheel. And so here's where I'll tell you, it was not that I was being ugly. Actually, Freddie, to Freddie's credit, Freddie Malero, he told Edgar, I'm just posting twice a day. I'm leading with one product. I'm not doing anything. The system's already successful. Why would I change the system? So key number one, Freddie didn't let Edgar dictate to him what he should do. Freddie stood his ground and dictated to Edgar what is creating success here in the company. Sometimes we let new people, and sometimes we let even guests tell us what to do when we know what's working. I always say, you could put me in a jail cell with 3 people that don't believe the way I do about religion. That's okay, but they're not going to change my mind, right? I got my beliefs. I know what I believe. So they might not believe me, but they will not change my mind on the way I believe. And that's the way we have to stand our ground in this business too. So when Edgar called me and said, I'm not having success, I went to his Facebook page and I saw that he wasn't posting. So sometimes we have to have tough love and go, well, the reason you're not having success is you're not following the system. And so let's go back and follow the system. And in a month, you come back to me after posting twice a day and tell me you're not having success. And he said, okay, I'll do it. And immediately he started moving. So Edgar, I appreciate you bringing that up tonight because it's such a coaching point for many of us. And even for myself to remember when someone else tries to dictate to me what they want to do and how they want to do it, I got to remember the system is there for a reason and it creates success if you will do the system. So thanks for that.
Yep, no problem. And actually, the I'm gonna be very short now, but the beauty of this is that I tell all my people, hey, just try it, because that's what happened to me when coach told me try it, let's do it that way. I was hesitant, but I decided to do it. Started posting on a Friday, and the thing is that I've been in this industry for so long. I know how to create downlines. I know how to build people, but I never sold products. That's not me. I'm not a product guy. But the thing is, from that Friday until next Monday, I sold over 12 boxes, and I didn't have received my own product yet. And I was like, "What in the world is it going on?" I was amazed that the system was working so good. That just sold me completely, 100%. That that's the only thing I'm gonna do from then on. Like Coach says, Freddie was doing it, so I said I'm gonna keep doing it. And the beauty is that I never call a leader to come to the company, to come to see the company. Leaders have been reaching out to me because I've been posting twice a day. And the thing is that I've signed up a couple of 6 and 7 figure earners in the industry already that I would never reach out to them
So
because
Edgar, I got a
they were probably on my chicken list.
Edgar,
Go ahead.
one of the things that I admire about you and Mildred both and Freddie Malero, like working together as a unit, is you constantly are changing, meaning you decide together as a team. And so when they came on board, I want this to be a learning lesson, like 30 packs, like the 30 boxes of drops wasn't talked about. And then they implemented that into their slideshow, into their presentation. And Freddie said, we're going to start showing the profit that is in the 30 pack. And they started showing people like, it's okay if you don't enroll with the 30 pack, but we want to show you this 30 pack option. And here's the profitability in it. And then they'll move to a 10 pack, and then they'll move to a 4 pack, and then they'll move to pre-selling if they need to. But they give the people the options and they show the people the profitability that's in every pack. Edgar, how many 30 packs have you sold of people coming on board in the last couple of days?
Probably like 7 packs already.
7 30 packs. So 7 times 1,500. All because he's given the option up front. So you got to think, guys, this is a guy 2 months ago that didn't even believe in posting twice a day. He had to be brought to the principal's office about posting twice a day. I'm kidding. And here's the thing, but he was willing to learn. And his upline was leading with the tongue in his shoes, not the tongue in his mouth, saying, oh, you all should go do this. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to just be the rock star. No, Freddie said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to walk the walk. I'm going to post twice a day. And you should too. And guess what? The organization is duplicating from the top down. And that's what's so powerful. So Edgar, last question I got for you, okay, is
Yep.
What you've had over 30 years in the industry, okay, ups and downs, things like that. But at this current moment, what are you most, if you could just like in a minute, what are you most excited about with Partner Co? Like being a part of this, like you're making money, you've lost weight, like you're seeing the health benefits, but what are you most excited about with Partner Co?
To be honest with you, Coach, is the system of growth. That's what it drives me. Uh, It's my drive every morning because I can help people make money right away. I mean, I this is a story I will be very short, but this is a story I learned from Tony Robbins once, that he mentioned once that people won't do what you say until they get an experience. And the thing is that in this industry, too many leaders are just selling packs. But when you teach somebody to get an experience, they will then move to whatever you want them to move. Not because you're telling them to do that, but because they have an experience. And having people getting money every day from people sending money over for packs, that's a game changer, because people now they can believe it's possible, and then it's easy for them to share with other people. So easy. So that, I mean,
That
that's the
that
most exciting part for me right now.
that was the mic drop moment for you, Edgar. Because here's the thing, and we all need to learn this. Edgar and Mildred are spending their time giving people the vision of seeing where they can be as a brand partner, earning money quick out of the gate. So if we're somebody that is just excited about selling a 4-pack to get somebody in as a brand partner, but they don't catch the vision of making money and moving, like, then next week we're frustrated because that person's not doing anything. What Edgar and Mildred is doing is they're sitting with the person and they're spending time with the person of going, look at the possibilities. Look what's in this pack. Look at the profit you can pull out of this pack. And they're getting that person excited about coming out of the gate and swinging for the fence. And so I challenge you tonight to, if you're somebody that's sitting there going, yeah, I'm kind of probably being a little more analytical with it, and I'm not really starting them that way. This is not a like beat yourself up moment. This is a coaching moment to go, just make that little shift. Make that little shift in your business this week that says, oh my goodness, I'm going to create the slideshow I need to show the possibilities of what that person can get in profitability if they come in with that. And you'll see a different degree of people coming out of the gate wanting to post twice a day, wanting to make a movement for the possibilities you led them down. And Edgar, you brought that out really good at the end tonight. So thank you for that. Andrea, here's the thing. The reason these two are on, to be honest, it doesn't have anything to do with all of their experience in the industry and what they've been through and the trials and the tribulations. It has to do with me and Andrea seeing what they do each and every day in their team. And I challenge you to follow Edgar Morales on Facebook and Mildred, follow both of them. Muniz, like, follow both of them on Facebook and watch what they're doing, right? Watch how they're leading. And that's what we always try to do on here is link our people up to go, if we all work together here, if we all blur the lines of sponsorship and we help each other and we support each other, we all grow, all ships rise with what we're doing. And so Edgar, Mildred, thank you so much for tonight. Andrea, again, thanks for hosting these Wednesday Wisdoms. They're amazing. And I missed all of you, and I'm excited to be back from Tokyo, Japan, spending time with you.
Well, that was incredible. Mildred, Edgar, Coach, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your wisdom. Man, we learned a lot tonight. So thank you for being on here. And guys, we're so grateful to be back with all of you. Thank you for joining us this evening. And we can't wait to see you back tomorrow morning to celebrate a little bit of, is tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow's Halloween. I think tomorrow is Halloween. And so we'll trick or treat on the Coach's Corner in the morning. But love you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. And we will see you back in the morning. Have a great night.
Love you guys. Grateful for you.